Okay, I want to show you what I do. There's different methods to get the fuzz away from your locks or to preserve the locks so that they don't get fuzzy in the processing. I, when I dyed these, I put a rubber band around them. You can see the white there. I could have, you see, I could have moved the rubber band, but I liked the little bit of white in there, so I did that. Or I could have done the rubber band looser and it wouldn't have posed a problem. What I did with these, I dipped them in the color. I let them take up the color. There's some of these are at different rates depending on, I just did these all different so I could mix them, and then the yarn would have varying tones. When the color was absorbed, then I turned them over and put in a little other color. I believe these were all Kool-Aid and just a bit of food coloring. What happens is, in the natural state of the locks, they adhere to each other, and with the dyeing process and whatnot, poking around, they could adhere more. So what I do, if I'm trying to preserve as much lock structure as possible, not get fuzz, I take something that is an anti-frizz product. It could be frizzies, it could be, I'm trying to think what the different products is. Stuff, anybody with kinky hair or curly hair probably knows what I'm talking about. The cheapest thing is this Cowboy Magic that you get at a farm store, or some hardware stores have it. It's for horse tails and whatnot. So you can brush out your horse tail. It doesn't hurt your horse when you're brushing its mane or tail. It's the same exact thing that is in expensive hair product. It's dimethicone. Flat out, that's what it is. It's dimethicone. It's in your cosmetic primers that fill in your pores to make your makeup go on smoother. Not sure how it's derived, whether we get it from Iraq, I don't know. But it's really good for your animal hair and your own hair if you got curly hair and don't want to frizz. So what I do, since it's considerably cheaper than using my hair products, but I would do that too if I was in the mood, rub it around and handle the group of locks. This is going to do the same thing for this wool as it would for my hair. If I just yank at it, and I could do that so you can see, if I just yank at it, you're going to see it's going to get real, well, I did, because I already treated it, so it didn't get real fuzzy. I should have got one that I didn't treat. But because of the Cowboy Magic was on it, it likes to hold its lock structure. I'm assuming what it does is temporarily fills in the scales of the fiber, the same as it would do for a horse's tail, so it can't grip onto itself as well, and so the knots come out easier. Any detangling hair product is going to have dimethicone in it, or some oil or wax. Dimethicone is one that doesn't build up and make your hair gunky. So instead of, if anybody's done this before, separated locks, you know how fuzzy it can get. Now, this is a little bit of fuzz here. I'm doing this on purpose. I could have added a little more product, but it's a little bit felted at the end, and I probably should leave it so I could spin it like that. But here, I'll pull off some fuzz. I save whatever fuzzies I do get, I save that for adding on to a tail if I want some more space between the locks. If the Cowboy Magic isn't enough, then I will wet my hands, just like if you have curly hair, you know, if you wet your hands, the curl returns to its natural state. And that's why I put rubber bands around it in the pot. I'm sure this is a monotonous video, and I really don't want to hear if you don't like it, but I'm sure some will tell me. So what this does, so that's what I'm doing. This would appear to be pretty matted, or at least cotted. It came off the sheet that way. But I'm rubbing in this Cowboy Magic, and pretend it's your little girl's ponytail, or your horse. And now that I've got this product on it, I can pull these locks off with ease and get it locks without fuzzing. It's an absolute joy to have these locks like this, because if you're going to pay for, I don't know, these are like 8-inch locks, you really don't want it to be half fuzz. You can buy fuzz, you don't need to pay for fuzz. So there you go. Anybody that has dealt with locks, you know what I'm talking about. These were fairly cotted, but because I've got this product, so I can get the knots out of your horse's tail, it'll get the knots and the tangles out of your Wensleydale or Teeswater or BFL, and it is a blast. So there you go. This is not an advertisement. Don't have any idea who makes Cowboy Magic other than, oh, it's cowboymagic.com. I get the hardware store, but I'm sure you can get it on Amazon too. If you are dealing with a lot of locks and you want them separate for doll making, tail spinning, whatever, and you want to use as much of the length as possible, there you go. See that? You saw me yank that apart, and yet it's not fuzzing because of my product. There you go. And why do I know this? Because I have very, very, very curly hair. There you go. Hope this helps people that are dealing with mohair, Teeswater, Wensleydale, BFL, probably, I'm sure Lincoln's or any of that. If you're trying to spin by the lock, generally we do that with mohair or Wensleydale, but how fantastic is that? I could really, let's see if I could do one for you that'll fuzz out. This is tangled, see that? Let's see, we can put it, well, it's sliding apart really nicely because of the product, but I'll just handle it, and it goes back into my pretty locks. There you go. Bye-bye.